am your host, Felicia Sams, and I am here to talk to you about apprenticeships. Should you do an apprenticeship? Well, I want you to know you may not be familiar or you might not know, depending on how long you've known me, but I started off as an apprentice. Yes, I started off as an apprentice working for $0. I did. Yes, I did. I was hungry. I was motivated. I wanted this thing called permanent makeup. My determination led me to find an amazing artist. I reached out to her and I became her apprentice. So what did I do as an apprentice? Everything she didn't want to do, everything she wanted to do, everything I could do because I was her apprentice. So let me just walk you through my typical day when I first started. So when I started off as an apprentice, what I did was I would get there and I would set up trays. I would make sure the trays were together. I would make sure that her machine was set up, her needles were laid out, her pigment was there ready for her, her gloves, and everything was ready for her to go. So when she walked in, she just got to the tray, got to her station, and she got going. And I was there to just observe. So I was just there, just looking, seeing what was going on. I learned so much. Then after I kind of mastered the art of setting up trays, then I moved to more of the prepping of the client. So the prepping of the client meant that I would come in, and after I set up my tray, of course, because I still had to set up trays. So I set up my tray, set up her tray, and I would bring the client in. I would wipe the client's brows down or her area I'm working on, lips, whatever. And then I would do before pictures, and I would at that time numb her. So I was responsible for putting the numbing cream on. After I mastered that, then I moved up to setting up trays, numbing, and then when it came to brows or lips, I got a chance to pre-draw. Once I got to that part, then the artist will come in, check my work, make sure it wasn't crooked or wasn't off-centered or something like that, and then she would get to working. Well, of course, when I first started, my work wasn't all that great, so yeah, my brows were a little So she would come in, fix them up, make sure that it made sense, and explain to me maybe what I did wrong. I would look at it, observe it, and then every time I did it, I got better and better and better. And then after that, I was actually able to do a few passes on her clients. So not only did I get a chance to set up trays, after I set up the trays, I got a chance to bring the clients, numb them, I took their pictures, I did all of that stuff. I got a chance to map them, and I got a chance to do a first pass. I was ecstatic. Sometimes it was the first, sometimes it was the second, but it didn't matter. I got a chance to get a needle on and in skin. I was so excited. I would have never had this experience had it not been for the apprenticeship. And because I was working with an artist who was busy, I got a chance to get my hands on so many clients. I did this for a full year. So what did I do? I worked during the daytime or whenever I had time to do that, and then I would come in and I would do my apprenticeship. So I say all this to say, number one, apprenticeships are super important. We should not forget about that. The more work and experience that we have coming into this is going to make us feel so much more confident, so much more better when we are on our own. It teaches us about sterilization, safety, the what ifs, and then it just makes us comfortable. Another important thing about apprenticeship is that what it does is it helps us to figure out how to run a business. A lot of times in our courses, we're taught about the art, but not about how to run a business. And a lot of us want to be business owners, we want to be bosses, but we don't have that background. Well, if you partner with someone and you get to see how it's done, that is the best teacher. She taught me more than any class that was 2 days. So I've been in this for 16 years. 16 years. Yeah, I told my age, or you could probably figure it out. But you know, I was 10 when I started. But anyways, 16 years is a long time. And that was the best experience that I've ever had. So when I've had students and people to come to me and they ask, should I do an apprenticeship? Should I get started on my own? You know, some of us do well. Just get right in, do what you gotta do, make it happen. But if you have the opportunity, you have the time, don't say no to an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships are amazing. You will never, ever get that experience anywhere else. Yeah, you might have to set up a few trays, break them down, wipe off a few things, clean some floors. I got Starbucks and a few things. Even that was before, because this is 16 years ago. Starbucks wasn't even that popular. It was some little coffee shop around the corner. But I'm getting sidetracked. But I would do that, pick that coffee up, make sure it was nice and hot, have her tray set up. And I was so eager and I was so happy to do it. And thank God I did, because I learned so much. So say yes to apprenticeships. Say yes to them. And let's do this, people, because you need the experience if you're new and you're just getting started out. And I was able to build up my book, get my pictures, and I have a mentor that I still have to this day. So once again, say yes to apprenticeships because we love them. So if you have not already, please subscribe to this channel. We would love to see you again. And if you have any suggestions, or please share with us if you've done an apprenticeship or you're thinking about one. We at Academy of Advanced Cosmetics, we do apprenticeships quite often just to share the love. So if you're interested, just hit us up and I would love to give you more info. See you next time. Bye-bye. I've been approached by many students who have mentioned that they have received poor quality training. As a result, I have developed a microblading refresher course that addresses